Alright. Into the spider's nest, baby. So, obviously Serious Sam 3 adds a couple of new enemy types here and there, and some old ones we all know and love slash hate. A lot of players are really against a lot of these new enemies. I myself am not a really big fan of the Witch Brides of Akramon. They were significantly nerfed in Serious Sam 4, but in this game, they're essentially just hit scan. You stood in the way too long. How dare you not see this very hard to see enemy? So this level also introduces the spiderling enemies. They're basically they're basically completely different in Serious Sam 4 as well. They don't even look like these at all. So if you get up to the adult ones, you can do a melee attack and you can kill them in one hit. And it does have a pretty generous range, so you can kill these guys pretty quickly, just with melee. If you are going to use melee, like I said, just remember, it does take, like, a certain amount of time. You're actually very, exposed when you do a melee attack. It's not exactly the best idea sometimes, so just always remember, if you can melee, do it when you know you can do it. It's not really worth it most of the time. So the big bastards, these guys can also be just shot down with the pistol for now. You can also use the double shotgun on these guys. They die pretty easily. They're not very much of a threat. They don't really do a whole lot. They just kind of block your way and they act annoying. So if we burst these pods, the little bastards come out. It's pretty much like the Impregnator enemy from Duke Nukem Forever, or the whatever they're called in Duke 3D. They function virtually identically. For now, the best weapon to use on these things is going to be the sledgehammer. This is an instant kill on these guys. A lot of players, I remember Total Biscuit, like way back when, he actually got lost in this level, and that's because it's not very well designed. I will admit, I almost called this Duke Nukem. To be fair, these games did come out the exact same time frame, so I kind of confused the two. I even remember my friend saying, oh, it's like Duke Nukem, but actually good. And, I agree. I really, really love... When this game came out, there was so many... I think this was back when, what's that piece of shit game called? Well, obviously Duke Forever. I actually like Duke Forever because it's so fucking terrible. Actually, I don't even think Duke Nukem Forever is bad. It's just very, very mediocre. So, yeah, technically, there was that, there's Medal of Honor. They made that god-awful Medal of Honor reboot where it was Modern Warfare, and it was fucking terrible. So basically, and then Battlefield came out. They were getting all moody and broody and, fucking Space Marines and, So when this game came out, it was pretty much kind of, chucked under the radar, because it really wasn't anything special at the time for the market. So, nobody really cared. That's the best way to look at it. No one really was like, oh, fun arena shooters, fuck that, we want, we want what's standard. And, so, this game didn't get a crazy amount of attention, and I would not even be surprised if, most people at the time were just bitching because it's not Call of Duty. I don't know. I have played a lot of, matches of good old-fashioned, deathmatch in this game, and it does feel pretty good. It's a bit fucky, but you know what, it's fun. So here's a new enemy as well. We have the shotgunner, like, conscript soldiers. These guys suck to most players, but I don't think they're that bad. They're basically just hit scan enemies that can be annoying. They're kind of a supplement for, like the shotgunner from Doom. I'm pretty sure that was the intentional design that went into that enemy. Because, let's face it, it makes sense. Oh yeah, by the way, this pisses everybody off. Oh, Serious Sam's ruined, they let you aim down the sights, it's all fucking ruined. Yeah, this was a huge point of contention with a lot of players back then. Oh no, they made me aim my gun and reload it, and it's really dumb. You can also reload the shotgun if we had shells. Like I said, if you're playing in Fusion, which I am, that shotgun actually has more shells. I think it's up to like 15 or something, and I think 10 was the default when it first came out, because people were like, oh, it sucks, it's not very many. Personally, I don't really use it very often. I genuinely just use the pistol for the most part on these enemies. I'll show it off just to show off the shotgun, I guess. It functions very identically to the good old-fashioned single shotgun from the old games. It's pretty much the same, statistically. There's not much different to it other than the fact that you get to reload every 15 shells. It's not really a huge deal to me. I don't really care. If we were using the sledgehammer, I think we can actually get a unique melee kill on the shotgun dudes. You see, I'm just going to call them shotgun guys, because that's exactly what they are to me. They're just shotgun guys from Doom. So, obviously the new introduction of this enemy really pissed a lot of players off. I'm not really bothered. Let's actually show it off here, so you can actually break their necks. So, it's pretty rare that I actually do that animation, because, like, you have to have your, you know, melee weapon out, and I'm not really a huge fan of just switching directly to that. There was also a new, like, Wrangler type, I don't know what it's called. It's like the artifact you get in, like, halfway through the game that functions like a kind of chain reaction kind of weapon thing. I don't really use it. There's a lot of stuff in Serious Sam 3 that, you know, call me an asshole, but the gunplay is better in Serious Sam 4, but the gameplay is much better in Serious Sam 3. 4 just gave you way too much shit that just I never used. I never used a single black hole. I never used a nuke. I used a nuke on accident once, and that was about it. I mean, I did actually, you know, you can look at my Steam achievements if you don't believe me. I have every achievement in 4. The only time I ever used a nuke was to get that achievement, and that's it. So, for the most part, it's pretty... I think this game just adds the right amount, so... So don't start wasting shells on this guy. This is the updated version of the Arachnoid. They look the same, kind of, in Serious Sam 4, so... You don't really fight very many Arachnoids in Serious Sam 4, or sorry, Serious Sam 3, to be honest. It's a bit strange. So, this guy functions as just a little miniature boss fight. New enemies that get introduced, like the Canoom and everything, they generally start off as a boss fight before they get turned into common enemies. But, yeah, they're not very hard. That's all I can say. So, not too bad. I think it's an okay way to, like, you know, introduce the player to, hey, this is a new enemy, but for old players, they already know, oh, this is the hit scan enemy. They function pretty much the same. They also, I think, have a rage mechanic in serious mode. Don't quote me on that, though, but that's this level. I'll see you in the next one.